Here's the matchup as Air Academy in the home white, Widefield in the road blue. We are underway as Air Academy controls. And quickly the Cadets going inside, and it will stay Cadet basketball.
Well, that was Avery Downey down low that tried to go up, and she got blocked by Brecken.
Cassidy Huffman, you're going to see it touch the hands of number 55 often tonight. As Dave mentioned in the pregame, this offense runs through the junior, one of the top post players in the state. Left side, this is Barry. Again, defense, one of the keys early on for Jim Mason's team as they look to spring the upset here in the opening round playoff game. Good spacing here early on for Widefield. And a long three ball, short iron, tipped around, and Widefield controls on the long rebound. So the Gladiators offensively, led by Delia Brecken, averages 10 points, nearly 10 rebounds a game. The drive and leaving it short. There's Brecken underneath, no. And the long rebound controlled by Widefield. And turnover, that's going to go the other way. First turnover tonight for either team.
Well, we talked about rebounding. Neither of these teams shoot the ball all that well, both around 30%, but both in the top half of the state in rebounding.
There's Huffman inside with the left shoulder. Moves to her left and an open look. Air Academy put back, no. And look at Huffman battle inside. Another offensive rebound, and then they turn it over. So chances early on for both these teams unable to capitalize, and Widefield turns it over for the second consecutive possession. Dave, you have to wonder, maybe a few jitters. There's certainly some experience, but also a lot of players new to the postseason for the first time on both these rosters.
Well, it certainly is. And you know, these teams come in, this is the first round of the playoffs, and both are going to be a little tight early on.
Played just over a minute and a half here, no score. Opening round playoff matchup. This is Huffman, averages 15 points, 11 rebounds, and she is a monster on the defensive end in terms of shot blocks, and there's an opening too. Avery Downey, and Air Academy has the early lead.
Well, good dish over to the corner, just a step inside the three-point line, and Downey gets the first bucket of the game.
So the 7-seeded Cadets, and there's the first block for Huffman. We mentioned she averages nearly 6 blocks a game. Certainly high on a lot of D1 schools list in terms of a prospect here in 2 years. Just a junior is Huffman, and in trouble near the Air Academy bench is Widefield, but they will inbound it here with 5:40 to go here in the first quarter. This Widefield team has had several hurdles to overcome. Injuries have plagued the Gladiators this season, trying to play through it. Brecken now pulls up and knocks it down, and you can see why she is high on a lot of schools' lists.
Well, certainly at 6'2", she's able to put the ball on the floor and hit the mid-range jumper.
So Brecken with the first two for Widefield ties it up here in the early going. 3 ball for the outside, no. And a rebound controlled inside by Wall, the junior for Widefield. Here's Wall now. Cover there by Huffman. Boy, going to be tough to try to get by Huffman. You can see the wingspan that the junior has for Air Academy. Zip pass inside and over the outstretched fingertips of Delia Brecken. That's a 3rd turnover tonight for Widefield, and a timeout on the floor. 4:44 to go, and we are tied at 2. And Dave Toller early on here, what we'd expect, both teams getting a lot of touches on number 43, number 55, and still trying to fill one another out.
Well, absolutely, Josh, and those are the 2 big players in this game, but it's going to be about the supporting cast, really. Those 2 over the course of the game could very well nullify each other, but a key player could be the person that hit the bucket for the Cadets. That's Avery Downey. We were here a couple of weeks ago against Lewis Palmer. She had 25 points, was 4 for 4 from three-point land, and she's a player that can really play off of the big girl in the post, and that's Huffman.
The Cadets with plenty of depth. Widefield lacking in that area after 4 significant injuries to key reserves this season, so they come in shorthanded. But here they are, the 10 seed, tied up here with 4.5 to go in the opening quarter. Short on the 3-ball attempt and a one and done on that possession. A nice rebound hauled in by Shamari Lewis. These two teams played each other throughout the regular season the past few seasons. This is the first time in a long time they have not seen each other until the postseason. Off the turnover, Air Academy cannot connect inside, and it will stay Cadet basketball here with just over 4 to play. And Dave, right now you get the feeling Air Academy out of sync just a bit. And another rebound, one and done on that possession again. And how about the play of Angel Wall? She's been outstanding on the boards here in the early going. Widefield looking for the early lead, and they will get it. Hamilton pulls up and sticks her first two of the game, and the Gladiators are out in front. This team comes in, Widefield shooting 30% from the field. They've done a much better job here in the early going of this playoff game. And once again, it's Shamari Lewis all over that rebound.
Well, Lewis picks up her second rebound again. You see, Air Academy likes to shoot the three. They've averaged more than 10 threes per game. Widefield does not. They're taking more of the mid-range jump shot approach, but already Air Academy's taken 3 threes in the game.
There's Brecken calling for the ball near the high elbow. They'll opt to go the other side. And creating space, but traveling for Widefield is going to be Alyssa Pickens. So turnover number 4 here, unofficially make that number 5. And I'll tell you what, Widefield's got to be fortunate to be up 4-2 considering the 5 turnovers here in the first quarter.
Yeah, Widefield had trouble with the turnovers on their end. On Air Academy's end, they're just not making shots.
We'll see if the Cadets can get something going here in the first quarter. Running floater, no. And it's kept in bounds for the moment. And good hustle on the part of Widefield is on the floor to tie that ball up. Alyssa Pickens. Mentioned Air Academy just 2 seasons ago. Won it all here in Class 4A, the state champions. They have 4 members of that team from 2 seasons ago. And Widefield once again with that turnover bugaboo. That's number 6 now tonight.
Well, and Josh, before the game I had a chance to talk with Coach Phil Royko, and he said at times during the game they may pick them up full court, maybe half court, maybe 3/4, a little pressure. We saw pressure there for the first time, and they forced a turnover.
Here's Berg now. Now Huffman, drive and dish. Good ball movement by the Cadets, patience, and again unable to find a basket here in the first quarter. An ice cold night shooting the basketball, at least for the first 6 minutes of this game. There's Huffman on the defensive board. Well, Dave, you get the feeling it's just a matter of time before number 55 gets going offensively here for the Cadets.
Yeah, they really need to figure out a way to get her some touches. They're sagging on her, and right there, a force inside and a steal by Brecken.
And you have to believe both these players, Brecken and Huffman, looking forward to this matchup tonight. 2 of the premier post players in the state. And it's Brecken's team with the early advantage, up by 2, low scoring first quarter. Just under a minute and a half to go. Great anticipation. Widefield holds on to the basketball. Open look from the corner, no. Out in front, transition basketball. This is Downey. Numbers for the Cadets, and they tie it up.
Boy, what a nice play there as Rasmussen was coming down on a 2-on-1. Great dish right there by Avery Downey for the layup that ties the game at 4-4.
Rasmussen, the sophomore, coming off the bench tonight, averages nearly 7 points a game and ties it up with just under a minute to play. And another turnover for Widefield. Great pass inside of the hole, and the finish by Huffman.
Well, Huffman gets her first basket of the game, and you really like the way she runs the floor. At 6'2", she's got great mobility. She gets down and hits the layup.
And Cassidy Huffman's team with the early lead here. Up by 2, 20 seconds to go. Substitutions for both these teams, and you get the sense Air Academy starting to get on track just a bit here on the offensive end.
Well, they've taken a lot of shots from the perimeter, and it's not working for them so far. So the last couple of times down, they've had some pressure, and they've created some easy buckets in transition.
Dave, you go back to the last basket by Huffman. Not only can she post up, but you said it, she moves so well for her size. Here she is, ball fake on the 3. 7 seconds in the first quarter. Skip pass, 3 to shoot. Huffman inside, turns with the left shoulder, gets the roll at the buzzer. And that is the way quarter number 1 ends. It's the Cadets of Air Academy with the lead here, 8-4. Our score, 8-4. We'll step aside, be back to Air Academy High School right after this. As we start the second quarter of play, Air Academy with the lead 8-4, and Dave, the Cadets, a little bit of momentum going into this quarter after a slow start to this contest.
Absolutely, they've scored the last 6 in this game.
Cassidy Huffman getting it going. She's hit a couple of buckets late in the first quarter. 3-ball, the pass from Huffman, and the first triple of the night goes to Madison Rasmussen. Her second field goal tonight. She's got 5 points, and the lead now at 7.
Well, and she can really shoot it. She's averaging 7 a game, and she has 5 already.
Here's Brecken. Drops it off, turns it over. Turnovers have hurt Widefield here in the early going. Dave, anytime you want a chance at knocking off a team of perennial power like Air Academy, you have to take care of the basketball. Rebound tipped around. And the Cadets control inside out. Cadets showing great patience. Another 3-ball up and good. Rasmussen has her second triple in as many possessions. The lead now at double digits.
On a great skip pass over to the corner, and Rasmussen really feeling it right now. She has 8. She's hit her last 2 threes.
And here's a little bit of pressure now in the backcourt. Put on by Air Academy. Nearly forces a turnover numbers, and that's easy. Delia Brecken gets her second bucket here tonight.
And a nice feed there by Falafong, who was coming down in on a 3-on-1, kicked it to the left and got the bucket.
So that was a big bucket for Widefield to stop the bleeding, at least for the moment. Now the ball fake by Rasmussen, and she will take it for another 2. And boy, Dave, you hit those threes, that opens up another part of the game.
Well, it certainly does. What a great drive there by Rasmussen. She had a little head fake at the 3-point line, went in and got the bucket.
Timeout on the floor, 10-point lead for Air Academy. We'll be back right after this.
One part excellence, one part inspiration, one part preparation for outstanding education. Academy School District 20, where dreams take flight.
A 10-point Air Academy lead here with 6:06 to go in the second quarter. Widefield now, a little bit more pressure, Dave, as they look up at that scoreboard, down by double digits here early on in the second quarter. And they'll try to take it the distance. And again, another turnover here for Widefield. They are nearing double digits in terms of turnovers.
Yeah, that was the double digit right there, Josh. 10 turnovers already for Widefield.
So offensively, Air Academy finding their stride from the outside. They've hit a couple of triples, both by Madison Rasmussen. She's had the hot hand, and this time another three. A long iron, high rebound, pulled down by Widefield's Claire Hamilton. Here's Hamilton now off the dribble, trying to create space. Now Lewis partially blocked it inside, a whistle in the lane, and this one is going against the Cadets. Foul charge to Caitlin Gallegos. Her first foul, I believe the first foul for either team here tonight. Doesn't come till 5:24 to go here in the second quarter. But a pretty clean game to this point. So Alyssa Pickens back in for the Gladiators on the inbound. They'll get it to Brecken. Straight up, and it's going to be a foul.
Well, they're going to get Huffman on that, and she went right over the back. She was in great position, I thought, Josh. Had her arm straight up and then just reached over at the last second. So that sends Brecken to the line.
So Brackett, a 46% free throw shooter, been to the line 144 times in a regular season, hit 66 and misses on the front end here tonight. Delia Brecken's had a couple of buckets here, but really has not played a big role to this point. Misses both. Remains a 10-point deficit. Where have we heard that? Head coach Phil Royko calling out Omaha here for the Cadets, up by 10, just over 5 to play. Another three ball off the mark, and the Gladiators control for the moment. Here's Hamilton across midcourt. Well defended here by the Cadets. Now Brecken turns around, doubled up, and wave it off.
Well, they went down low to Brecken, and out of that 2-3 zone, they got Brecken matched up on Gallegos, so she had a little bit of a height advantage, but a turnover on Widefield, and the Cadets get the ball back.
Well, you can see you give Brecken any kind of room, and she's going to be able to create two bodies on the senior for Widefield on that trip down the floor. See Solsky, who's checked in, the freshman guard, calling for the ball. She'll launch another three. Short iron, tipped around, and there's Brecken. Well, Dave, after hitting a couple of three balls, Air Academy has gone cold from beyond the arc. And one and done on that possession as Hamilton cannot convert underneath. And Air Academy again lid on a basket from three-point range. This time Avery Downey unable to connect. Still, though, the Cadets holding that 10-point advantage. Just under 4 to play. Brecken now in the low block, turns, no. Air Academy's been all over the glass. And a great look inside, and wisely, Barry drops it back, three ball, no. Really starting to get a little bit sloppy on both ends. And now a whistle to slow play down as a foul committed inside on Air Academy. And this will go against Caitlin Gallegos, her second personal foul. And the third team foul for Air Academy. So Alyssa Pickens at the free throw line, a 55% free throw shooter. Air Academy now, or rather Widefield, 0 for their first three from the charity stripe.
Well, you get into the playoffs, Josh, and for Widefield, turnovers and missed free throws, those are things that you have to have when you're playing in these games, and Widefield really struggling. 11 turnovers and 0 for 3 from the line, and Pickens gets her second shot.
And they make their first here in 4 tries to cut it to a 9-point deficit. Cassidy Huffman back into the contest here for the Cadets with 3:27 to go. got to believe it's going to touch number 55's hands on this possession. Widefield with a good defensive stand here and good spacing. Huffman the drive, another three-point shot, no. And a great position is Jenny Berg. Puts it back, the offensive board of the putback. She's got her first two.
Oh, nice job there by Berg on the weak side, getting the rebound. She kept the ball high. She didn't bring it down to dribble, went right back up with it, and Berg gets her first bucket of the game.
Gladiators back down by double figures. Largest deficit of the game, down by 11. 2:35 to go. One thing Air Academy has shown here, they've got the ability to go inside or outside, and most of the damage has been done for the outside. Really have not seen a lot of Cassidy Huffman in terms of offensive input, but certainly she impacts both ends of the floor. We saw a block earlier, big rebound here on the last possession. Skip pass now for the Cadets, baseline, pull up floater, no. And Brecken there to clear the board. Up ahead, in stride, and Widefield unable to finish. Boy, they had the look they wanted, just couldn't get it to go down. Approaching 1:30 to go here in the first half. Open look. And again, Huffman off the mark. Boy, Dave, we've seen a lot of one-and-done possessions on both ends.
Yeah, we certainly have. And Huffman, just away from the basket there on the baseline, tried to get that one to go and couldn't.
Boy, Brecken, good little move to create a shot, but again, partially blocked. Hustle on the floor, held ball, and this will go. Actually, it's going to stay Widefield's basketball. Substitution here for the Gladiators. Angel Wall checks in. Entry pass. There's Brecken now turning, and she has just been off just a touch here tonight. Held to just 4 points here with a minute to go in half number one. Well, if you're Widefield right now, you got to feel fortunate to still be in this game considering the amount of turnovers. We'll see if the Cadets can capitalize on this offensive possession. Runner, no. There's Brecken again, another strong rebound inside. Here's Aquino now. Drops it off to the hole, no. Brecken and company, and they will track down the loose ball. Held ball, this is going Air Academy's way.
Well, and again, good hustle there as that ball got loose. It was rolling around, and this is going to be Air Academy's ball as Ryan went down, covered that one up. It was a held ball, and Air Academy will take it out.
Well, you can see, even when Widefield does try to penetrate in the lane, not a lot of room. Air Academy's got great length inside, obviously led by Cassidy Huffman. Final 10 seconds of this first half. Huffman inside. Good vision, open look for three, no. Rebound cleared by a Widefield, double dribble with 1.2 showing on the clock.
Well, that's a turnover you don't want to take right there. Air Academy gets the ball under the basket. They got a chance for a quick shot. Look for a lob here to Huffman.
There's Barry in the inbound, Huffman. And that is good if it goes. Count it. What a way to end the half. An unfortunate bounce for Widefield. And Kylie Berry takes advantage and banks it in at the buzzer. 20-7 our score. All Air Academy here after 2 quarters. We'll step aside and more from the half at Air Academy High School in a moment. Ready to start quarter number 3 here at Air Academy High School. The Cadets with a 20-7 lead. And Dave, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Air Academy going with the same starting 5 here in the second half.
Well, as is Widefield as well. And for Air Academy, they didn't shoot a free throw in that first half. You'd like to see them get inside a little more, draw some fouls, and try to get to the line.
Cadets taking plenty of three-point shots. They hit a couple of those off the right hand of Madison Rasmussen. So Widefield with the ball in a big hole here to start the second half, down 13, and that's the start they're looking for, going inside of Brecken. But boy, winning that matchup is Cassidy Huffman, showing why she is one of the top shot blockers in the state. Averages nearly 6 blocks a game and gets 2 on that defensive stand. Well, you talk about being morally deflating. You go down first possession, not even close.
No, you get 2 shots blocked, and that's 5 blocks on the night for Huffman. She averages 5.5, and that's number 2 in the state.
Now we'll see Huffman now on the offensive end. Her team going to work up by 13. Certainly playing with a ton of confidence right now. Here's Kylie Berry. She and her teammates set things up. Rasmussen driving dish. Boy, she sees the floor so well. Open 3, no. And the rebound pulled out of there by Delia Brecken. And blocked from behind. Boy, defense has been outstanding tonight for the Cadets. They have held Widefield to just 7 points through the first 2+ quarters. Rasmussen going up to grab the ball. No foul called, and it'll stay Widefield, or rather Air Academy basketball. Well, Dave, one thing you cannot accuse Air Academy of, and that is rushing the ball on offensive possessions. They really take their time.
Well, they certainly do, and they like to get it into Huffman. She's at the high post. She gets down on the block, and she'll rotate up. She'll shoot the 3 as well.
There's Huffman calling for the ball. Great pass inside. And Cassidy Huffman finishes her first field goal of the second half. She's got 6 in the game.
Boy, what a great entry pass by Jessica Berg. You like the over-the-top pass. Huffman put the hand up, caught it, made the easy layup. She has 6.
Now Widefield, you have to begin to wonder just when do the Gladiators start to press. Down a bunch, 22-7 deficit, and another turnover. That'll go over and back. And right now, it is all Air Academy.
Well, it certainly is, and it's tough on Widefield. They're not a team that shoots the 3-pointer. Their last 2 games, they didn't shoot any their last game. They shot 2 the game before that. So if they get down too far, it makes it really tough without the ability to hit 3s.
And they got to get their leading scorer going. Delia Brecken held to just 4 points, averages over 10 a game. And a turnover again for Widefield. 3 ball, no. And look at Huffman inside. She draws a foul. Cassidy Huffman to the line for the first time here tonight.
Well, it was a good look by Downey out of the corner, and that ball was about halfway down. It came out. Huffman went up, got her 6th rebound of the game, but you'd like to see her keep that ball up high. She brought it down low. She did get fouled, and she goes to the line on the play.
Huffman, a very good free throw shooter at 74%. Boy, something you don't often see at the high school level, boys or girls, good free throw shooting. And Huffman certainly is that. 74%, 118 for 160 coming into tonight. Chance to stay perfect here on this trip. And Huffman now stays at 7 points on the night. Still, though, a 23-7 lead. And Dave, with that lead, you have to believe this Air Academy team can now take more chances defensively.
Well, they can, and when they get the ball on offense, they can run a little more time off of it as well.
Timeout on the floor. 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. 5:10 to go, 23-7. And boy, you look over at the huddle. Head coach Jim Mason, what is the message right now to his team that is still yet to score here in the second half?
Well, and still turnovers are plaguing them. But, you know, coming out of halftime, you know that Coach Jim Mason wanted to get down low, get down to Brecken, and get a bucket on the block, and they tried that. They got it into her. 2 block shots by Huffman and a couple of buckets there by Air Academy. And They're making it very tough to get inside with Huffman, with Downey, and then also with the way that Rasmussen has been shooting the ball.
And for Phil Royko, he's got to be pleased, and now it's just a matter of trying to generate a little more offense. Certainly, scoring's been a premium for both these teams here tonight. But Air Academy with the lead, 23-7. This is Jada Aquino handling the ball here to start out of this timeout. Just over 5 to play. Boy, they need a bucket in a bad way, and Brecken doing everything she can to try to make that happen. Cannot connect. Well, every time Brecken has gone up, it seems like that shot has been contested.
Well, it's been contested, and they're only getting one look at it because every shot they've missed, the Cadets have been right on the rebound.
Big advantage on the boards for Air Academy. Rasmussen inside, turns with the left shoulder. That was pretty.
Well, is that a good-looking shot? She hit one of those at the end of the second quarter, and another good entry pass. You see these guards for Air Academy. They make great passes into the post.
Nearly another turnover. Berg cannot keep it in play. 4:19 to go, 25-7. Lead continues to grow here for the 7-seeded Cadets of Air Academy. Again, the winner advances on to face 2nd-seeded Elizabeth on Friday night. This Air Academy team a year ago advanced to the second round. 2 seasons ago, won it all. They return everybody for the most part from that team that made it to the second round in 2013. Good defense here with just under 4 to play. Widefield really with nowhere to go with the basketball. And swatted out of there. 6 blocks now tonight for Cassidy Huffman, and she comes up with the loose ball, doing it on both ends. And another hit for 3. That's Madison Rasmussen. She's got 3 triples tonight, 13 on the night.
Oh, a good skip pass out to the left wing. Rasmussen hits that shot, but Huffman gets the block, gets the rebound, brings it all the way up the court, leads the break, and now it's 28-7 Air Academy.
So much to like about Cassidy Huffman, but from what you see from this standpoint, it's pass first, shoot second, and block third. Gets another one. 7th block tonight in transition, no, but a foul on the other end.
Oh, you like the way Madison Rasmussen went to the bucket that time. Went with the left hand as well. Took that pass, went right to the bucket, got fouled, and she will go to the line.
So foul committed by Alyssa Pickens. That's her first. So Madison Rasmussen, a 52% free throw shooter, at the line here for the first time tonight, trying to add to this team high 13 points. Awful quiet in this gymnasium tonight, Dave.
Well, it is, and you know, you're here at Air Academy, and they're giving Rasmussen a chance. It's nice and quiet. She has a chance to focus up there and think about that the front of the rim.
I feel like Peyton Manning has the ball.
That's right.
So one more coming up here for Rasmussen. 29-7 advantage here for the Cadets. And 1-2 on that trip. So Widefield, they've got to get going here. And that is not going to help. Nearly turned it over. Block again. That's number 8 for Rasmussen. And then Widefield, boy, not able to do anything against this Cadet defense.
Well, and Huffman just taking control. Another block there. It was a wild shot, but Huffman blocked it out of bounds.
Boy, look at the range by Huffman. Covers a lot of ground. Brecken turns, has that block, but they're going to call a foul. I believe that was before the shot. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, they called that on Jessica Berg. That is her first. That's the team's first as well. Huffman had the block clean, but they got Berg before the shot.
Dave, you've seen a lot of basketball. I've seen a lot of basketball here in the state of Colorado. I don't know if I've ever seen a shot blocker like Cassidy Huffman here in girls high school basketball. She's incredible.
Well, she really is, and she's just a great all-around player. I mean, she blocks shots, she rebounds, she brings it up the floor. She can shoot the 3 as well, and she's really improved her game.
So 1 of 2 on that trip for Brecken. They're off to Schneid, though. They score for the first time, but comes with just under 3 to play here in the third quarter. 29-8 our score. Widefield still without a field goal here in the third quarter. Having to work for everything tonight. That Cadet defense has been unbelievable. Cross it over, float it up, no. Bracken can't control it. Now we got a whistle on the backside. Believe a held ball, and this will stay Widefield basketball.
Boy, nice crossover dribble there by Fellavong, and she got a pretty good look, and she came up just short on the shot. The held ball stays with Widefield.
Bracken finally gets the roll. It's been a long time coming for Widefield. Quick bucket on the inbound.
Yeah, got a good pass there by Claire Hamilton. She got it into Bracken, and Bracken got the bucket.
So 19-point deficit facing Widefield as they dig in on the defensive end. Huffman's out of the game right now. We'll see if Widefield can take advantage on both ends. Rasmussen thinking about three. She's hit 3 triples tonight, 2 in the first half. Taken away by Bracken. Hustle and cannot keep it in play. It'll stay Air Academy basketball. Substitution. That didn't last long. Huffman right back in the game.
Well, Huffman just came out. Widefield took advantage, went down low on that inbounds play. They got the bucket by Bracken. Huffman got a quick breather, and she comes right back into the game.
Berg now on the inbound. Rasmussen down low. Huffman with the left hand. And it looked like Bracken got a piece of the ball and then turns it over. Been that kind of a night. You make a great play. You cannot take advantage if you're Widefield.
Well, and at this point, you're down 19 points. Every possession is so important. You can't give them away like that.
Air Academy content just to eat the clock away here with 1:15 to go in quarter number 3. That's the freshman, Brooke Solsky. Nearly carried it there, but play continues. Windjet now. Hoffman backs down. Nice little fake with that shoulder. Can't finish. She's got an entire arsenal of moves.
Well, and she can do it with both hands too, Josh. That was with the right hand earlier. She went up with the left hand. Didn't get either one of them to go, but they were just near misses as they just spun off the iron.
Well, Dave, you've been spot on. Early on to this game, we talked about Bracken and Huffman being keys, but really, in your mind, the key factor is going to be everybody else around them, and so far it's been Air Academy stepping up, in particular Madison Rasmussen.
Well, she's hit some huge shots for him. It's been the presence of Huffman inside. It's opened some things up on the perimeter for Rasmussen.
Another Gladiator turnover. And a gift there from Air Academy. Whistle here with 28 seconds to go. 19-point Air Academy lead. And a substitution is checking in here for the Gladiators comes Jada Aquino. And just get it in. There's Bracken going to work down low, and they'll opt to shoot the 3 and not even close.
Well, see, that's not part of their normal game. They don't really shoot the 3 all that well. They're down. It's late in the third quarter, and it makes it real tough to get back in it when you're down 19 late in the third.
And Dave, it's one thing if you know you're able to score inside, but right now they haven't had success inside or out.
No, they really haven't. And points have been at a premium for both of these teams all season long.
And on the rebound, put back as the third quarter comes to an end. Air Academy still maintaining the big lead. 29-10 our score. We'll step aside and be back with the fourth quarter right after this.
One part excellence, one part inspiration, one part preparation for outstanding education. Academy School District 20, where dreams take flight.
Ready to start the fourth quarter of play. It's been all Air Academy the last 2 quarters. 29-10 our score. Well, Dave, first quarter we had a tight one, 8-4 after 1, but the last 16 minutes, a 21-6 advantage for Air Academy.
And they've done it everywhere. They've done it in the paint. They've done it on the boards. They've hit some key threes. that third quarter, Air Academy outscored Widefield 9-3.
Cadets with the big lead. We'll have it here to start quarter number 4. Again, the winner advancing on to the second round to take on second-seeded Elizabeth on Friday night. Hesitation, dribble to the hole with the right hand, and getting it to go is Haley Ryan.
Boy, what a nice play. She lost a little control of the ball up front. She spun around, made a good move, and just took it all the way to the basket.
And Ryan coming up with a turnover. To the hole with the left hand, no. And persistence on the backside. Avery Downey gets the board. The put back, no. But she will go to the line to shoot 2.
Well, and again, you saw Air Academy picking them up full court. They created the turnover. And then what you like to see from the Cadets, they go right to the bucket. They didn't pull up and try to shoot the jumper. They went in, they missed the first one, got the rebound, and drew a foul.
Got that aggressive mentality, scores mentality. Downey now with 3 points. And a good trip for the 78% free throw shooter. Perfect. 33-10 our score now. And at this point, Widefield just trying to get out of here with their chins held up and play hard to the final horn. Does not look good, and a timeout on the floor. Jim Mason wants to talk about it. It's a full timeout. We will take a break. 33-10 our score. Back for more of the fourth quarter in a moment. $33-10 our score with 7:16 to go here in quarter number 4. It's been all Air Academy here the last 2+ quarters. And Widefield working with a basketball. Brecken, no, that's been the story tonight. Ice cold shooting. It's been a frustrating offensive night here for the Gladiators.
And a lot of that has to do with the way the Cadets have played defense on them as well. They've pressured them all over the court.
Led by that young lady, Cassidy Huffman, but a shot blocking machine, and she draws a foul on a drive to the hole.
And again, a nice move, and you see Cassidy Huffman with that size at 6'2". She took that pass out on the wing. She was outside the three-point line, made a nice move, put it on the floor for the dribble drive, and draws a foul.
Huffman a free throw away from hitting double figures here tonight. Dave, have not seen, that's her 10th point, have not seen her rebounding numbers, but she's close to double digits and blocked shots.
That's almost a triple-double. She's got 10 points, she's got 11 rebounds, she's got 9 blocks.
I think she'll get that triple-double. Got it to go. She's now 3 of 4 from the charity stripe. A 25-point lead here for the Cadets. In a 7-10 matchup, you don't expect that. And a foul whistle there against Haley Ryan. The junior picks up her first personal foul here in the fourth quarter. Well, if you're Coach Phil Royko, you got to be pleased what you've seen. This team has steadily improved over the course of this game and really playing their best basketball here in the second half.
Well, they really are, and they can hurt you in a lot of ways. They're playing great defense. We've seen some press out of them. They shoot the three, and of course they have the inside presence with Huffman.
Inside of 6:30 to play now. Brecken out of the game. The leading scorer for Widefield, held at just 7 points tonight. Gladiators unable to get it to go again, and hustle on the floor. Play continues. A lot of dribbling, using a lot of clock, and at this point, 25-point deficit. It does not look likely a comeback tonight for Widefield. Down low, turning another block. That's 10 now. How about that? A triple-double now for Cassidy Huffman.
Well, she's just been impressive all night tonight, Josh, and she's controlled the middle, and every time Widefield's tried to go inside to get one of those easy buckets, even with Brecken, Huffman's been there. If she hasn't gotten the block, she's done enough to alter shots that have forced a lot of missed shots down low.
Well, Dave, I don't know about you, but for me in person, this is the first time I've ever seen a triple-double with block shots as a third category.
That's amazing. She's second in the state in blocks. She averages almost 6 per game, but she has 10 of them tonight.
And still 5:45 to go. Huffman going to work. Her team up 25. 3-ball up and good. That's Haley Ryan. Second triple of the second half here for Air Academy. They build the lead to 28.
Well, and you give the assist on the play to who else but Cassidy Huffman. They kick it into the high post. She sends it out to Ryan for the 3.
Got it going inside. They've got it going outside. It's been all Air Academy here. And a substitution for the Cadets here with Brooke Solsky getting set to check in. Timeout on the floor. Full timeout. 5:16 to go. It's all Air Academy here at Air Academy High School.
One part excellence, one part inspiration, one part preparation for outstanding education. Academy School District 20, where dreams take flight.
28-point advantage here for Air Academy, 5:16 to go, and Widefield, it's just been a tough night here for the Gladiators.
Well, it certainly has. The first half was all about their turnovers. They had trouble taking care of the ball. Second half here, they've had some looks, they've had some blocks in front, and they've missed some open shots as well.
See if they can get some positive possessions here. Not going to be one on that trip down the floor. Another turnover. Rasmussen going to work here. Leading scorer at the half. She's got 14 of the game. Good ball awareness here by Downey. Baseline, no. Haven't seen a lot of one-shot possessions in the second half for Air Academy. Entry pass. This is Brecken down low, turns it again. Shot challenge, put back to the backside. Widefield gets another field goal.
Oh, good work on the boards by Diana Scott. She had position on the weak side. She got the rebound and the putback, cuts it to 38-12.
Widefield just trying to play this one out for Brecken. She's a senior. This is going to be it. Off perhaps to Northern Colorado, one of the schools that is recruiting Delia Brecken, and certainly not the way she had envisioned exiting her final season here in Widefield. I'll tell you what though, Dave, you got to credit the defense of Huffman and company. They've made it tough on Brecken tonight.
They really have, and you know, it's Huffman playing back, and then as well that Air Academy team, they've sagged down low on her, and Widefield doesn't shoot the ball that well from the outside, so it makes it real tough to get anything going inside. Brecken did have a couple of looks. She hit a bucket to start out this this fourth quarter on the inbounds play, but outside of that, she hasn't done a whole lot inside.
Frustrating night for the 6'2 senior, and another turnover here for the Gladiators. Been one of the Achilles heels for this Widefield team here tonight.
Well, as you look out at this Air Academy team and bringing up the ball, Brooke Solsky, we haven't talked a whole lot about her, but the freshman early in the season played a ton of minutes. She had an ankle injury. She missed a few games. She takes the 3 right there to miss, but she got off to a great start, and she's just working her way back in after the injury.
The Air Academy team starting to find its stride here in their first playoff game of the 2014 postseason. Put back by Scott, no. She'll draw the foul.
Well, that's two good possessions down there for Diana Scott. She got the last rebound in the putback, and then she gets another offensive rebound. She went back up for the putback. She got fouled, and she will go to the line for the first time tonight.
So Widefield, a team that shoots 49% for the free throw line, misses there on the attempt by Scott. And another timeout is getting ready to step on the floor. Maddie Sexton. Full timeout here, so with that, we will step aside. 38-12 our score. We'll be back in a moment. (38-12) our score. Air Academy trying to wrap this thing up here with 3:26 to go. Widefield looking for a point here at the line. Diana Scott, second of 2. Scott trying to add to her total of 2 here tonight. And another substitution for the Gladiators. Angel Wall checks back in. Look at Scott there, Wall. Those two players, they've played pretty well here tonight for Widefield. I know it's been tough all around, but you got to credit the effort of the Gladiators. Just not been their night. And take it away there. Falavon comes up with the turnover. And again, they cannot take advantage on the other end. Good hustle on the back end by Air Academy to get back on defense.
Certainly was. A great hustle. And you look, you got 3 minutes left in the game when you're up 25 points, and you like the way they hustle back on defense.
Cadets going to work. 3 ball straight away, no. Good hustle there by Pickens. It'll stay Air Academy basketball.
Well, and that's been typical of that kind of night. You get a hustle play where you try to jump out of bounds and save the ball, and you end up stepping on the end line.
Hannah Davis checks back in here for Air Academy, the junior. Getting some playing time here in the fourth quarter. 2:48 to go. Blocked inside by Brecken. And look at the senior run the floor. She moves so well, and boy, we've seen that before.
Well, we certainly have. And you get the rebound at one end, you bring it all the way up, and you get what you think is going to be a pretty good look, and you throw the ball away.
And Dave, you have to believe just mentally, at some point, have to believe early on in the second half, this Widefield team knew they were in trouble. And you wonder if they just checked out mentally.
Yeah, you do wonder about that. I mean, they got behind early. That 14-2 run early really did them in.
Brecken now turns, no. Shot just hasn't been there. Air Academy now pushing. Solsky, good skip pass. For a freshman, Solsky plays with a lot of confidence.
Well, she does, and she's got a presence about her out there as well. You like the way she handles it. Her head is always up, looking to find the open person.
Good entry pass, inside out. 1:50 to go. Not there. Air Academy not going to take it. A lot of patience shown by some young players. On the cut, good front. Poked away from behind by Wall. Good body control inside by Hamilton. Can't believe she didn't drag that pivot foot. Did a good job to slow down, and she'll go to the line here with 1:34 to go.
Well, and the foul's going to be on the freshman, Maddie Sexton, getting some minutes late in this game, and you can hear the fans behind saying, don't foul, and she gets called for the foul.
Hamilton misses on the front end. Stays at 2 points tonight. Just 6 points in the second half for Widefield. Make it 7. Final 1:30 of this opening round playoff game, and Air Academy on their way to a second-round matchup with second-seeded Elizabeth. And a turnover, rare turnover for the Cadets.
Well, they've done a great job of taking care of the ball, and they've done that all season. As you look back at their games and their turnovers, they've kept their turnovers under 15 a game just about every night out. Tonight, they're well under that number.
Yeah, a luxury for Phil Royko to get some of those reserve players some playing time in the postseason. Just over a minute to go now. Bracken turns and scores.
Well, good power move down on the block by Brecken, and that's something that we didn't see early in the game. Good drop step, power dribble, and she went up and got the bucket.
38-16, free ball, no. Look at Bracken now with Rasmussen out of the game, or Huffman rather, making it look easy on the inside. Down to 30 seconds here in this playoff matchup. Just gonna let them dribble it out here. Final 20 seconds. Out in front, no. Ten seconds remaining in this playoff game. Widefield's gonna have one last shot. They'll hoist it up, no. And that will do it. Your final score here at Air Academy High School, it has been all Cadets. They play their way to the second round. A final score, Air Academy 38, Widefield 16. Stick around, folks. We got the post-game show coming up here as the Cadets advance on to the second round.
One part excellence, one part inspiration, one part preparation for outstanding education. Academy School District 20, where dreams take flight.
Air Academy wins it 38-16, joined by Air Academy coach Phil Royko. And coach, kind of a slow start in the first quarter, but you guys really got it going. An impressive opening round victory in terms of margin of victory, and especially on the defensive end.
Yeah. Our defense has been solid all year. So when we struggle offensively, we rely on that, and that was the case again tonight. I think both teams had a little bit of the jitters starting off, at the beginning, and like I said, Jim does a really good job with those girls at Widefield. I mean, they play hard, and he's been doing it for a long time. So hats off to those girls for how hard they played. The big girl inside, never saw her quit. So I really want to make sure that we say that they did a great job tonight. So.
One of the matchups we talked about in the pregame, Huffman versus Breckman, and it was a great matchup. But Huffman dominated tonight. She had the triple-double. Double digits and block shots, and she really stepped up her game tonight against a very good opposing post player.
Yeah, Cassidy's been solid for us all year. Coaches always talk about that your best player on your team better be your hardest worker in practice, and that's Cassidy. So we're fortunate that she's here with us at Air Academy, and she's really improved from last year to this year. Last year she'd have to come off the floor after 2 or 3 minutes, just exhausted. She's worked on her conditioning, just her whole game, and it shows out there. But I was really also impressed with everybody else on the team too. I thought Haley Ryan did a great job of running the show for us, handling the ball up top. Jessica Berg guarded their big inside, and Jessica really did a nice job on her. Cassidy, we had her on another player so she could help out. So again, I also want to say Jessica did a super job. Rasmussen came off the bench, scored early for us, got us going offensively. So it was just a really good team effort all the way around.
Rasmussen came out the bench, hit a couple of big threes, had 14 points to lead your team. Final thing, Coach, you move on. You got Elizabeth coming up here on Friday night. How do you feel going into that matchup here against the 2 seed?
Yeah, we go to their place. They they're hosting there. There'll be 4 teams there. Elizabeth has a really good post player, 6'2" girl inside, very athletic. They've got another girl who can score on the outside. But we have a game plan. I don't want to share it right now, but we'll watch tape tonight. We've got some tape already on them, and we'll be ready to go. I think the girls are excited about it.
Enjoy this one. Congratulations on the victory.
Thanks for coming out and videotaping our game. We really appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
Absolutely. Air Academy coach Phil Royko will be back with more of the post-game show right after this. Josh Howe, Dave Toller back here post-game. 38-16 winners are the Air Academy Cadets. And Dave, final thoughts. Impressive performance tonight by Air Academy.
Josh, I'll tell you what, this is a good team, and this is a team that really could make a run, I think, in the state tournament. They're good on the perimeter, they're good inside, and this is a game that was really decided, at least in my mind, early in the late first quarter, mid-second quarter, a 14-2 run by Air Academy. At that point, they got a lead that they never relinquished.
So the victory is going to move Air Academy on to the second round, where they take on second seed Elizabeth on Friday night. That is going to wrap it up for our broadcast. Dave, it has been a pleasure here tonight. For my partner, Dave Toller, and our entire crew, I'm Josh Howe saying good night from Air Academy High School, where the Cadets come up winners.